Alright guys, Gemini, back with another video. And in this video today, I'm going to be discussing what being a wrestling fan was like before the days of the internet. I can tell you what, I've been on the internet a long time, since like 92. So my parents worked in the computer field, so they had all the high-tech computer stuff. And I was on CompuServe like back in like 92, 93. Man, I'll tell you, back then to find information on the internet about wrestling was next to impossible. It was really tough. The internet is really high speed and high tech these days, and it really spoils us. And you can see guys like Sean's Views, you know, making a franchise off of wrestling websites. But imagine if Sean's Views, you know, was trying to do this like 20 years ago. It would be impossible because there was no YouTube. There was no way for wrestling fans to get together in cyberspace and connect with each other like we do today. There was no YouTube. The only thing they had back in the day is like in the early 90s, WCW worked a little bit on CompuServe, so you could get on there and occasionally chat with the superstars on CompuServe. In America Online for the WWF in like 1995, 96, and occasionally a superstar or a diva would come on the WWF.com and have little chat sessions and stuff with the fans. I can remember, you know, in you know, like mid-95, you know, Ahmed Johnson was doing a cyber chat, and I remember asking him how he came up with the Pearl River plunge, his finishing move, you know, his modified powerbomb. And he wrote back to me, and he says he developed it in Japan. And, you know, it was an interesting time, but I can tell you, man, back in the day, we didn't, I mean, you pretty much, if you wanted to get your wrestling information, you had to watch Superstars every week. You had to read the WWF magazines. No one was really inside, though. Like, no one really knew. I mean, the wrestling secrets were a lot more of a secret. You never knew, like, who was coming and who was going. Like, these days, because of the internet, you know, fans always know, like, what superstar is being signed and who's being released. But back then, a guy would just disappear from TV. You wouldn't hear about it. You know, the only thing you heard about, really, was you know, from McMahon. And man, I'll tell you, the WWF back in the day, like the early and mid 90s when I was coming up, they could really keep a secret. Like, they really can't keep a secret anymore. And obviously they use the internet, you know, their 5.5 billion, you know, views or whatever. But it was a different time, and the fans were different before the internet. You didn't have a forum to come on, a viral form to come on and complain if you didn't like the show or not. None of that really took place. I mean, you could go on a America Online chat room and chat it up with the other fans, but man, it's just, it's different. We're really a generation of spoiled fans these days because of the internet, and information just comes to you like that. You know, I mean, back in the day, you know, if the Ultimate Warrior, say, would have died in like 91 or 92, we would have had to wait till Superstars on Saturday to find out that he died. We wouldn't know. You know, nobody would know. Everybody knew the second he died, you know, when it happened last year. It's just, it's a different time in wrestling, and the internet has really changed wrestling. For some better, for information like that, but for the element of surprise, it's kind of killed off wrestling. Just saying, just some thoughts about what wrestling was like before fans were, you know, all over the internet. So I'm Gemini. Leave your comments below. Thank you.